What's good, Lifestyle Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Jared. Y'all, the MGTOW movement has been something insane. And y'all, a lot of women don't like it. And you can't be mad at why men are not dealing with y'all. So let's share this video. Shout out to Angry Guy. Look at this mess.
Check out the salty chick as she goes off with the passport bros.
If they want to go be a passport bro, and I'm like, bro, you're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. You need to love.
You're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. Okay, so here's the thing: are they actually fat, or is it that they don't look like Tyrone, Tyrone Long Dick with a six pack? Because if that's not the case, then they don't have to spend all their time in the fucking gym to make you feel happy, especially when you're not spending all your time in the gym. You say you're calling them broke. If they're making $50,000 a year, that's what the average man makes in the United States. The average woman only makes $36,000 a year, while the average man makes $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year, you can live your life. But the thing is, women, they don't want. They're not looking for that. They want men who make at least six figures. A guy who makes $100,000 a year after 3 years, that's $300,000. Kevin Samuels literally asked the chick, "What are you trying to do with that kind of money?" And she could not fucking answer him. All right, these women are fucking delusional.
Level up. The same way they want a traditional girl. The girl, she's gonna be way more traditional back in my country. So trust me, she's not marrying you for love. She's marrying you for your green card.
And here's the interesting thing about that: she's not marrying you for love. She's marrying you for the green card. But most Filipinas, for example, they don't even want to actually. They would prefer to stay in their country, and the focus of their lives is their family. So that single motherhood is not something that they're ecstatic about. Women from Philippines don't want to end up coming to the United States and being single in the United States. All right, that's not a good look for them. These women are absolutely delusional. She's like, "Oh, they're only marrying you for your money," and exactly, I'm American. They're y'all, and for that, the things that you're expecting from a man, you can't even offer yourselves. I mean, it's
on everything in life to make so.
Are you against passport bros, or?
I understand the fundamentals of it for those who have done everything in life to make sure they are a man. But if you're not a man, I don't.
What if? I mean, here's the thing: she's talking about done everything in life to make sure you're a man. What actually constitutes a man? Because here she is talking about what a man is, but what actually is a value into the lives of men? All they bring is pussy, and you can get pussy anywhere.
Think you deserve that, honestly. If you don't have your life together, what makes you think you know how to appreciate a traditional wife? If some other guy who's living here who's never had an idea what a male figure is in his life, he's going based off whatever little content he picks from the internet. He's like, well, I want a traditional wife, but therefore he doesn't even have like a credit score. He doesn't even
have a credit score. Like, I mean, this girl is a freaking joke. You go over to the Philippines, and you don't have to have you don't have to have the greatest credit score in the world. You don't have to have everything. All right, you go over to the Philippines with 20,000. 80% of all divorces right now are actually instituted by women. Like, women are filing for divorces 70 to 80% of the time in the United States. All right. And half of all marriages will end in divorce in the United States. I don't know what kind of game this girl is playing.
Have like his life in check. He's still driving the hoopty from high school. But you want a traditional?
He's still driving a hoopty from high school. I mean, you're here judging the kind of car that the man drives. Why does the guy have to go around driving this really expensive car? In reality, he can take that money and save that money. All right. Why should he be putting that on the road? Why should he have huge payments? Why should he be pushing $100,000 car when he can have $100,000 in the bank and drive a hoopty? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever what she's talking about. Wouldn't it be smarter to have $100,000 in the bank and drive that hoopty?
There's a special kind of stupid that a lot of these women show. And let me explain. If a man is driving a hoopty, but he works a $100,000 job, you're not looking at the fact that he probably doesn't have to pay for maintenance bills like that. Well, he has to pay for maintenance bills to keep it on the road. He doesn't have a $700 to $1,000 car payment. His insurance is cheap. And taxes on that vehicle is cheap. Only thing he's really spending money on is maintenance and gas, or diesel, in case it's a diesel. What a lot of these women don't realize is people like Warren Buffett, they buy their, or rich people in general, they buy their cars used. Unless it's a newer kind of car like a Aston Martin DBS or something like that. They typically buy their stuff used. Now, this woman's talking about traditionalism. Sure. Everything she said in that video, she doesn't understand that that is the way those women look at marriage. That's the way they look at marriage. And the fact of the matter is that the way they look at marriage is, I'm looking at marriage for survivalism or for survival, but also if he loves me, and I will love him forever. Or some semblance of that. These women, when they get a good man from the States, they typically do take good care of these men. Problem is, when you have a good man here in the States, a lot of you don't know how to keep that man and keep that man happy. That's where a lot of this is coming from. They're angry because they can't keep a good man because they don't know how to keep a good man. They treat that man like trash and then expect that man to accept anything. Not understanding that that man wants to be happy. So he's going to do what he has to do to go find something to make him happy. It's funny when that narrative gets turned around on men, saying that they're only going overseas to get somebody that you have to pay for their love. It's funny when that narrative gets turned around, because that's the same narrative that they trying to push on you, but yet they don't realize that that's what happens to them. That's what happens to them, and they don't understand that that's what people feel about them. You're having to pay somebody to love you, and you're pushing that narrative off onto the passport bros because passport bros are finding genuine love. Look at it like this. Chantel from 90 Day Fiancé, Chantel and Pedro. Those of you who know who those two are, they were a 90 Day Fiancé couple. Chantel brought Pedro here and paid Pedro's way through. Pedro got a job as a real estate agent and basically started looking at Chantel a little differently. The way that situation is, she was basically buying his love. So you're trying to push your narrative, what happens to you, off onto the passport bros, when that's in fact false. Trying to say that you're trying to bring them back to the country. Most, like they said, most of those women over there and overseas don't want to come here. They want to stay in their country with their family. And that's the negative stereotype that a lot of y'all try to keep pushing onto passport bros, but yet that's what happens to y'all with the men. I don't know. Keep pushing that narrative. It's only funny to me. But anyways, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast, and subscribe to the comments. See you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys. Bye.